Hello guys, this video is going to be a bit different than usual. So in this video I'm not going through any documentation tutorials, but rather I'm going to show how you can easily contribute in the GitHub documentation sections of various organizations. So I just learned this recently, and I had seen a lot of tutorials, and whenever someone wants to begin with open source, people recommend to try to contribute to documentation. However, it is not easy to understand how and where you are going to do so. Some tutorials use very advanced stuff, not advanced, but things such as command line arguments and git commands and so on. In this video I'm not going to use any of those things. I'm simply going to do all of this on my GitHub account itself. So for instance, I've already searched for some places where I can contribute. So I'm going to contribute to Seaborn. Seaborn is a data visualization library, and it's not going to be anything complex. I just simply went through this and I saw that Seaborn supports Python 3.6 plus and does not support Python 2. Also, there are references to Pipey and some other things. So how about I add a few links and maybe add a link for Pipey here. So if someone who is not familiar with Pipey, which is Python package installer, I guess, can just go and directly look at it. So to do this, I'm just going to click here on fork, and this is forking. We'll have to wait for a few seconds. It doesn't take much time. So now we have our forked version. As you can see, it is written right here. So now I'm going to create a new branch. So let's create this branch doc update. You just need to type the name of your branch and then create branch. Now we have the new created branch here. Now the thing I wanted to contribute to was this file readme.md. It is easy to find. It's right here, readme.md. So I'm just going to click on readme.md, and then I'm going to click on the edit this file. But before that, I'm going to create a copy of this here and rerun this so that I can have a look at this. It's totally up to you. I can have a look at both of these things together. I prefer doing it like this. So now I am just going to click here, and I have the raw version of this entire file. Now I wanted to add links for Python 3.6 plus and Python 2. So let's just go to Python 3.6. So this is the Python 3.6 link. I can just add this into the documentation very easily. I'm in the edit mode right now, and here we have Python 3.6 plus. So you might wonder how are we going to do this if you are not familiar with how to add these links. So I wasn't familiar with them as well, but I just saw how other links are added. So NumPy link is here. You can see NumPy link has been added in some fashion like this. So just click on this and paste it here. So now you can add this Python 3.6 link in the same template. So Python 3.6, and copy the link, and here we have the link, and no longer supports Python 2. So let's search for Python 2 as well. Python 2.0. This is Python 2. We just copy it, and rather than copying it, I should have first copied this part. So I'm going to copy this part here first. So now we have this. You can change this to Python 2 right here, and copy Python 2 and paste it here. So now we have all the links added. We also wanted to add a link to Pipey. So you can simply do that by searching Pipey, and you'll get pipey.org. Similarly, I find it easier to copy and paste this stuff. So again, I'm going to do the paste here. Cut this Pipey, put it into the brackets, and add the link as well. So here you go. Now I've added the link. Now you might wonder, how will we see these things in action? Like, how will we see the changes here? So I'll add a description of what I've done. I've added links for Python 3.6, Python 2, and Pipey, so that someone who is not familiar with either of them can check them out easily. And I'll commit directly to the doc update branch. So I've committed these changes. Now you can see the updated version. So you have Python 3.6 plus. If someone opens this, they are going to be redirected here. Similarly with Python 2 and similarly with Pipey, sorry. I cannot find anything obvious to change right now, but uh, so these are the changes which I have made. Now I'm going to go back to my code, and you can see the branch is one commit ahead of the master branch because I have made it this change, the commit which I just made. Now I'm going to generate a pull request so that they can see I have made these changes, and if they like the changes they can keep it. It is not necessary that they like those changes. I just made them as an example. I felt that they are helpful, but maybe they might not feel they are helpful and will reject the changes, but I'm just going to show this as an example. I have added this. I have uh, added a brief explanation. You can see it is going from my repository to the master repository, which is the original Seaborn repository. You can see the changes here. I've added this here and this here. Only these two changes are there. And now you can add a description as well. It has just taken the description which I had typed earlier. Now I'm going to click on create pull request, and voila, your pull request is ready. And now all of these checks will run. So these checks can take quite some time. They are a pain. Honestly, sometimes even a simple white space can cause errors. So if maybe one of these checks fails, then you can go ahead, read the details of the failure, then go ahead, make the necessary changes, and then again pull. All you need to do is pull, because again it will get added here only, and it will again be discussed. And after the checks are passed, some moderator or someone will comment here. Maybe they will suggest some changes, maybe they will merge it. It's up to them. So this was in simple how to contribute to documentation without having any experience with Git command line stuff, and just using GitHub itself. Thank you. If you want more such tutorials, then do comment them down below.